The one and only Steve Nash calls it a career. Now, we all knew what direction this was heading in, not a shocking decision, but he announces his retirement in a very thoughtful letter on the Players Tribune, reflecting on what was a tremendous career. Two-time MVP, third all-time in assists, the leader of the 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns era that really changed the way the game was played. Jeff, we're talking about 18 seasons, a lot of memories when it comes to a guy like Steve, but what will you remember about him?
He was blessed to play with two of the NBA's most innovative offensive coaches, Don Nelson in Dallas and then Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix. And then when you think about Steve and his game, he was not a great athletic kind of guy, but he played the game with solid fundamentals and a flair for the game that made him so much better than he probably should have been. Here's a guy who grows up in Canada, played soccer, didn't get much attention from U.S. colleges to come play basketball, and found his way. You don't see these kinds of stories often. You see them from time to time, but you don't see too many where a guy has a great chance of ending up in the Hall of Fame.
For me, Jeff, a lot of memories. When I covered the Sacramento Kings as a beat writer, had the pleasure of seeing those Suns teams that we mentioned at their height, going in talking to Mike D'Antoni about Steve and how incredible he was. Then when I became a national writer, covering the Suns against the Lakers in the 2010 conference finals is on my short list of highlights. It was such great basketball, the way I think the game should be played. And he was a joy to deal with from a media perspective. He was a thoughtful guy, a respectful guy, was never unwilling to sit down and share his thoughts on himself or the team. He will be missed. He'll certainly, I would imagine, still be around the game. One of a kind. We will miss him. He did some great things, Steve Nash.